dehydrated skin. This is going to be session 1 on how to take care of your skin leading into those winter months when our heaters are running, there's cold, there's wind, all these factors, environmental factors are happening that cause our skin to be extra dry and dehydrated. And so we're going to start this topic off right with, I think, the most popular question that I get asked as an esthetician, and that is, what is the difference between dry skin and dehydrated skin? So if you're joining me today and you're on YouTube or you're on social media, head on over to artaskincare.com. That's where we're going to have the live conversation. And with the live conversation, what that means is that you can join me in this video. I'm going to be teaching some fundamentals, but then you can come forward with your questions. And you can ask me the questions that have to do with your skin and the kind of dryness you might be experiencing, so I can help you to sleuth out what might be the best remedies for treating your dry skin. So let's start off right at the very most crucial thing here. What is the difference? What is the difference between dry skin and dehydrated skin? Dry skin is a skin condition. Now, most people who truly have dry skin have had it all their life. And of course, it gets worse at certain times of the year. But generally, what it means to have dry skin is that your skin produces less oil. So you may feel it on your arms, your legs, your face, everywhere. Probably all your life, you've needed to put moisturizers on after a shower, or your skin just feels really uncomfortable. It feels tight, it feels dry, and it often gets flaky and rough. So that when you feel the skin, you actually feel that roughness of the skin. So that is dry skin. Now, some people who start out with a more oily skin when they're younger, they often find as they get older, and especially as we head into menopause, that the skin gets drier. The skin starts to produce less oil. It just happens that way. And so dry skin is a condition that you can have all your life, or it can happen progressively. As you age, your skin starts to produce less oil. Now, the difference here, let's talk about dehydrated skin. Dehydrated skin is not a skin type. Dehydrated skin is a skin condition. It can be affected by the weather. It can be affected by using too many exfoliants on the skin, too harsh of ingredients, glycolic acid, for example. Over time, using it, at first it feels really great, it's cleaning off those dead skin cells, but over time it can be very drying to the skin, and so it's causing dehydration to the skin. Dehydration means that your skin is lacking water, and so even somebody with oily skin can have dehydrated skin depending on the conditions of the environment and depending on what kind of products, cleansers, corrective serums, and things like that that you are using on your skin. Now, when you look at a dry skin person, their skin is going to be very dry and rough and feel tight and uncomfortable. When you're seeing dehydration in your skin, it may feel tight or dry. You may have some areas where you have oiliness and other areas where it feels tight. But mainly what you're seeing when you push on dehydrated skin like this, you'll see lots of little crepey lines. You'll see an increase of lines around the eyes. And you often see premature sagging of the skin. I've seen clients with very dehydrated skin just in their 20s and 30s wondering, why is my skin sagging like this? It's looking so thin and saggy. That's because it's dehydrated. It's lacking water. So any skin type, from oily, combo, normal, dry skin, all of those can experience dehydration. And only really truly dry skin has that oil dry problem. So what we're trying to do when we're taking care of the skin is find that way of feeding the skin, giving it that moisture it needs, and then giving it the oil it needs as well, depending on your skin type. So many times we are looking at layering our products because like I said, even dry skin, oil dry skin can be dehydrated and lack water. So the way we put water into our skin is number one, cleansing. We break that surface tension and we're putting water back into the skin. But the problem for you with really dry skin is that you're not producing oil. So you're getting that water back into your skin, but it's very quickly evaporating back out of your skin. So what we call that is transepidermal water loss. So we're getting the water into the skin, and you may even use serums. You can use serums with hyaluronic acid. You can use serums with glycerin, vitamin C, all these great humectants that draw water into the skin. But if you don't have oil in your skin, you're not going to be able to hold those water, that humidity in the skin. People who have a little oilier skin, they can use those nice water hydrating serums on their skin, and their own oil is going to protect it from that water loss. Those with dry skin are going to need to apply an oil or a shea butter, ceramides, a nice moisturizer. They're going to need to apply other things over those water hydrating serums to help hold that water in the skin so it's not evaporating off the skin. So I'm going to dive in a little bit today, and as we head into winter, all skin types, whether you're an oily or you're a dry skin type, we've got to make some adjustments because of the weather change, because of the cold, the wind, because of heaters being on all the time. Even in our cars, it gets to be a very dry environment in there. All of that is sucking water out of our skin. So even if you're oily skinned, you're going to have this problem of some water being pulled out of your skin. So it's important to start off by doing some layering. The first thing that we want to do is apply some water-loving things to our skin so that we can pull the water into our skin, plump it up. And so let's talk about a few of my favorites with that. We're going to pull in, let's see what I have out here. Oh, I got it behind me. Where is it? There it is. All of, you can see them up there in the corner. All of Dr. Este's ampules are fabulous for bringing water into the skin. The very best one for bringing water into the skin is their Hyal. So we talk about attracting water into the skin. Hyaluronic is very popular. I'm sure all of you have heard of that. This is a lovely hyaluronic serum, and it also contains goat milk. It's fragrance-free. It's beautiful. This is a water-loving serum that you would apply, and it feeds the skin the water. That's what's going to give it that plumpness. If you think about grapes, when they're getting dehydrated, they shrivel up, they lose their firmness, they get little lines and wrinkles. Our skin does the same thing. So by putting hydrators onto our skin, we're going to replump up those cells, and the skin is going to be firmer and it's going to have less lines. So Hyal Ampule from Dr. Este is fabulous for doing that. Whether your skin is oily, normal, or dry, you can't go wrong adding a hyaluronic serum. Now there's some other things that also attract water into the skin, and one of them is glycerin. And another wonderful aloe vera. This one I'm pulling up for you. This is from Michelle Corley. This is her Ultimate Hydration Gel. It's got licorice root in it, which is very calming. It's got aloe vera in it, so it's also very hydrating. This gel, I often call this my Photoshop in a bottle. I put it on when my skin is very dry and dehydrated, and my husband is now famous for having said to me, "Wow, you photoshopped your skin. How did you do that?" Because it was a weekend when we were moving into our new house. It was in the middle of summer. I'd gone all weekend not drinking enough water. I'd been out in the elements, and by the end of it, I had little lines everywhere. The skin wasn't plump. It was looking saggy, older, just dull. And I put this on Monday morning before going to work, and I came out and he goes, "Wow, how'd you fix your skin so fast?" So this is a great remedy. Ultimate Hydration Gel can be used for an oilier skin type. This can be used as your moisturizer. For us with drier skin types, we can put this on and layer something else on top of it. So another wonderful, oh, I didn't grab it. How did I miss out on doing that? Michelle Corley's vitamin C serum. Michelle Corley's vitamin C serum is excellent because it's got that hyaluronic acid in it. It also has vitamin C in it. Believe it or not, vitamin C, especially when you talk about the more advanced forms of vitamin C, are wonderful humectants. So they're going to attract water into the skin. They're also going to stimulate collagen so that you are seeing less of those dry lines and firmer skin. So that is a really luscious, lovely serum that you can put on that also contains that vitamin C, which is a great antioxidant and a humectant. Finally, another serum I want to talk to you about is those of you, especially if you have an oily skin type or a combo skin type and you're wanting to balance that. This is such an amazing serum. This is Main Squeeze Hydrating Serum. Main Squeeze, my clients who have that oilier skin type and want something to balance that oil and give that hydration to the skin absolutely love this product. It's got snow mushroom in it, great humectants, it smells just light and lovely, but it is also just really wonderful for, especially for those people with that combo and the oilier skin. So we've talked about the different ways to get water into the skin using some ingredients, using some serums that pull that water into the skin, plump it up and make it moist. Now our problem as we head into winter is how do we keep that moisture in? How many times you put on a great humectant or even a moisturizer and by noon your skin is looking crepey, dry, it's lost that plumpness and you're like, that's because you're experiencing that transepidermal water loss. That is that evaporation of the water out of the skin. So an important thing to do after you put on your hydrating serum is to put on an appropriate moisturizer for your skin. As we move into winter, drier skin types are going to want to use a heavier moisturizer. And there's two things, we're going to talk a little bit about some of my heavier moisturizers. For those of you who need Acne-safe, everything I've shown you so far, I see Jennifer's asking, is it Acne-safe? Everything I've shown you so far is Acne-safe, Jennifer. I am going to show you some moisturizers that are not Acne-safe, and I'll show you some that are, because some people who have very, very dry skin, they really need a nice, rich moisturizer or oil that actually has some nut oils and things in it that we don't use for acne skin, shea butter, which is so wonderful and anti-inflammatory. Some of those things are going to be best for a truly dry skin type, but I'm going to show you some things that will work for acne as well. So when we talk, let's start. Where do I want to start? There's so many fun things to talk about here. Well, since we have Jennifer on here and she's asking about it, let's talk about how to treat an acne-prone skin and get more moisture into your skin. So acne-prone skin, we tend to use mandelic serum most often. We're using a corrective serum during the day, and those corrective acids can be a bit drying. So as we head into winter, we need to do some, what we often call is a hydration sandwich. And that's where you might put on any hydrating serum. A lot of our acne clients use this one, Michelle Corley's. You're going to put on your hydrating serum, then you might put on your mandelic serum, and then you might even put on another layer, that's why we call it a sandwich, of your hydrating serum. These are your water-loving serums. You're going to do a sandwich effect with that, and then you're going to add in a nice acne-safe moisturizer that's a little more on that heavier side than you would use in the summertime when you have more oil on your skin and less drying elements. So the other thing with acne-prone skin is you often use Acne Med at night, which is benzoyl peroxide. So that's when it's really important to do this sandwiching that I talk about. That's when you're going to put on your a nice, rich, hydrating serum. I love Ultimate Hydration for my acne guys and gals. Put this on underneath your Acne Med. That's going to give you a nice little buffer that's going to help keep the moisture in your skin. Super important, even with acne-prone skin, to keep that barrier well protected. Now, sometimes in the very beginning of acne treatment, especially in that first month, we're going to tell you off and on, I want your skin to be dry right now. And at times it's okay for it to be dry because that's actually going to dry the acne up and bring it to the surface faster. It's going to heal faster. But what we don't want to create is chronically dry skin with a compromised barrier ongoing. And that's when we pull in our little buddies like Ultimate Hydration Gel. We're going to be layering that with our serums and our correctives, and then using a little bit stronger moisturizer. Two favorite moisturizers for acne-prone skin are going to be Glymed's Comfort Cream, and this one has aloe vera. It says Comfort Cream with aloe vera. It's quite lovely. Or Rhonda Allison, Face Reality Cran Peptide Cream. These two are on the heavier side for our acne clients, and it gives them that little bit of extra moisture that their skin needs. There's a few other things. So while we're still on acne safe, let's head a little bit in the direction that I know a lot of you use. A lot of you love to use Neogenesis Barrier Renewal Cream. Barrier Renewal Cream is that perfect balance of lipids that you can put on the surface to help prevent that transepidermal water loss. But remember, with your skin, you need to add water to your skin, water moisture to the skin, and then you need to protect it from that transepidermal water loss. So while Barrier Renewal Cream is excellent for protecting against that transepidermal water loss, it's not really the best moisturizer to use by itself. You've got to put it on top of a hydrating serum, depending on your skin type, or those with more combo, normal, dry skin, you're going to want to layer it. And that's why with Neogenesis we have the light moisturizer and we have the intensive moisturizer. These moisturizers are to be layered with Barrier Renewal Cream, and not many people know that. They think that these are 3 different moisturizers, and they often do get used alone just as a moisturizer. But when we're talking about dry elements and really rehydrating the skin, the way I use these is putting on my intensive moisturizer, and I'm putting on Barrier Renewal Cream on top of it. And in fact, when I'm really dry, I'm layering. I'm putting on my water hydrators, then I'm putting on my nice moisturizer, and then I'm putting on some barrier support. And I'm going to show you a few different ways that you can do this layering with what you already have at home, probably, or just by adding in one product. Because as I said, as you go into winter, you're going to want to have more moisture, and this is an opportunity to either take a step up and use a moisturizer that's a bit heavier, has more oils in it, more ceramides, or we're going to want to boost that moisturizer. Maybe you have a moisturizer that you love and you don't want to replace it. I'm going to show you how to boost that moisturizer so that it's still giving you the protection from transepidermal water loss that you're needing in the winter months. So let's talk, before we go to the boosters, let's talk a little bit more about some heavier moisturizers. Let's talk to you gals who are just so dry. You've been dry all your life and you feel flaky, the skin feels rough. You're going to need to use the water hydration serums, but you're going to want to top them with a nice balm. A balm feels so good for people with truly flaky, dry skin. A balm is going to have shea butter in it. It's going to be very soothing. Sometimes macadamia nut butter. 2 of them that I love, I'm going to show you. One is from SkinScript, and this is their hydrating moisturizer, and it does not get enough love and attention around here. It's fantastic. The scent of it, this is the large size. It also comes in a pump if you don't want to have an open jar like this. So this cream is very creamy butter, but it's not an oily butter. So your makeup's still gonna lie really nicely with it. not greasy in any way, but really nice and yummy. The scent of it is almonds, like a roasted, toasted almond. I love the scent. This smells so good. My mom used to wear a perfume like this kind of cherry almond when I was a little girl. I don't remember what the name of it was, but it was a cherry almond. It was lovely. It might have been from Jafra or something, if you guys are as old as me and you remember back that far. Okay, another balm. This one is probably our top-selling balm. Very, very much loved. This is from Sorella Apothecary, and it's called The Balm, and it has a lovely apricot, peachy apricot scent to it. And it too has a very nice cream, feels nice and cushiony on the skin, and it really helps hold that moisture in. And these are just so important for people who are oil dry. When you have oil dry skin, you need this extra protective layer to keep that water from evaporating out of your skin. It feels so yummy. So yummy. So one more thing, I did see that a question pop up here. Zara says, does Hale and Hush Hydrate Gel, is it safe to use under mandelic acid and acne med? Yes, Hush Hydrate is definitely, you could use that under both of those, for sure, absolutely. Hush Hydrate gels would be right in that gel range of great hydrators, and I love that one. It's so soothing and calming. Lori says, I'm menopausal and dehydrated. So that means dehydrated means she doesn't have enough water in her skin. Would hop be a good option as moisturizer and a hyaluronic serum be the best? So the hop moisturizers would be Cavapla and Promoter Repair. So for me, Cavapla, yes, is excellent. Wonderful plumper hydrator. It's going to give your skin lots of moisture. What I like to do with my hop is apply a little bit of a vitamin C serum underneath it. So that's going to pull some extra water in and give me extra antioxidant protection. And then I'm going to put on the Cavapla. And then I'm going to put on the Promoter Repair Moisturizer. And Promoter Repair Moisturizer comes in two formulas. It comes in a more normal Acne-safe formula, which is what I use through the summer months, and then it comes in the dry to normal skin. The dry to normal is the one that I choose to use in the winter time because it's going to give me more of that balm feel. It's going to give me a longer lasting hydration throughout the whole day. I hope that's helpful. Megan says, off topic a little bit, is it okay to use Brilliant Tone and Face Reality Acne Med? Is that too drying? Probably, I would probably do alternate nights with that. Maybe use your Brilliant Tone one night and your Acne Med the next night. So that would be something you would start to do after your skin has been staying clear. If your skin's been staying clear for 2-3 months and you're not getting any more breakouts, then you know it's okay to do a little bit of messing around and do the Brilliant Tone one night and the Acne Med the next night. Brilliant Tone is really not that drying, so I don't think you should have a problem there, but definitely when you're using your Acne Med, layer your Ultimate Hydration Gel, any of these water-loving serums underneath that Acne Med. Holly says, I have super dry skin. I love Sorella facial in a bottle. How would you play in? How would that play in? Facial in a bottle is lovely, but if you have truly dry, flaky dry skin, you're going to need to be careful about using that too often. So you might not use facial in a bottle every single night. Maybe you use it 2 or 3 nights a week so you don't disrupt that natural moisture barrier that you want in your skin. Now there's some ways you can play with that. You can put main squeeze on underneath the facial in a bottle and then put the balm on top of facial in a bottle. And then be, of course, during the daytime using things like Sorella's pomegranate acai serum is a fabulous water-loving antioxidant serum. It's actually a really good vitamin C serum. It's very similar to the very expensive vitamin C serum from Skin Better, only it's got higher concentrations of all the good stuff and it's a fraction of the price. So if you're going to be using that facial in a bottle, but you have really dry skin, be sure you're doing some other things on the other side. They're going to help balance and give your skin that moisture that it needs. Jennifer says, I tried the Sorella once and it was so thick. Yes, it is. But I do love their products. Was I just using it wrong? Should you warm it up with your fingertips? So probably you use too much. And so the amount of product that you use can vary depending on how dry your skin is. The balm can be used as a tiny amount as that, warm it up a little bit, and then pat it on, almost like you would do an oil. And in a few minutes, I'm going to talk about our oil boosters and how to use those to boost your moisturizers. So I would say what you were doing was using it too much of it. Just take that tiniest little bit, warm it, like you said, in your hands, and then pat, pat, pat on that dry skin, and then you're not going to have that really heavy, greasy feeling on the skin, because some people need that extra oil and some people don't. Okay, let's see. Jennifer says, hello, I tried the Sorella, it was too thick. Nope, we just answered that, sorry. Jennifer, different Jennifer this time, are hydrocolloid patches safe to clear up breakouts, Gina? If not, would you recommend something to simply clear up a breakout quicker? So those patches are fine. I don't like patches that have medication or acids and things like that. I like the plain ones. The ones that we sell on our website, you can find them in other places too, but they're the Dermadots, and there's no acid, no corrective in there. So they're not going to interfere with the correctives that you're already using in your Face Reality skincare routine or in your acne corrective routine. What I love best about those is they stop you from picking. You put it on and it keeps your hands off of that spot, and it's kind of fun and cute. The teens, the young adults love those dot spots that have little smiley faces or little hearts on them. And I just love that because it's just making it more fun. It's not such a horrible, awful thing if you get some breakouts now and then. We all need to just love ourselves more, and especially when you're young. Okay, let's see. Things are rolling around. Joseph, hello Joseph, is currently using Is Clinical Body Complex and Body Serum, Glymed Refining Body Scrub, and Rhonda Allison Mandelic Perfecting Polish. So you're using a lot of different exfoliants on your body, which can be fine, but make sure that you're getting enough moisture on your skin as well. And you maybe don't have to use, well, I love Glymed Refining Body Scrub. I use it every day in the shower. I do love that. And I love everything you're using. Joseph, you have the best of the best. Okay, Asia says, how is the Glymed Vitamin C Cleanser different from the Mega Cream Cleanser? So of course there's an ingredient difference, but Mega Cream Cleanser is going to be that one that's really preferred by the really, 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 truly oiled dry skin. So remember, when we say dry skin, that means you don't have the oil in your skin. So you're really gonna love that Mega Cream Cleanser. I love the Vitamin C Cleanser too. It's just not as much for that super dry skin. I have a few people with very dry skin and they don't like the Vitamin C Creamy Cleanser because they feel like it's not enough moisture in their skin. I don't find that to be true. I like the vitamin C. I like the brightening elements in the vitamin C, and it's really just it's kind of your personal preference. The vitamin C is going to have that great brightening element to it, antioxidant element to it. The Mega Cream is going to have that wonderful lavender scent that just soothes me. I like to use Mega Cream at nighttime. I like vitamin C cream in the morning. So it's just really take that time and try them. Try one this time when it runs out, then try the other one. Celine and I joke about this a lot, but we are completely, some people have a lot of shoes. You open their closet and there's just shoes and shoes and shoes. Celine and I are like that with cleansers. So if you go into our bathroom, we'll have 12 different cleansers across the side of the tub. We just love, we're cleanser connoisseurs, and so we have a different cleanser for our moods, different what we feel like we want on our skin, for the feel, the smell, everything. So it's just kind of a thing to try them both, Asia, and see which ones you like. This time maybe try the Mega Cream as we're going into winter and see how you like that one. Okay, Jennifer, I was definitely using too much mozzarella. Yes. Yep. Some of us, though, Jennifer, are so dry that we dig in there and just put it on and soak it up. So, yeah, everyone's different. Yes, Sharon, I love that you asked about spray mist throughout the day. That's going to be in one of my next lessons, and we will definitely dive into some spray mists that really make that difference in bringing water to the skin, whether you're oily or dry. We will go there. We will go there. I just didn't want too much in today's show because it just gets too overwhelming for everybody. Joseph, what can I do to my routine? The body's still very dry. Yes. What can I add? Matter, I do it, it feels dry. Okay, so Joseph, you're going to need to you're using some exfoliants and things like that, and the moisturizer you're using is not super hydrating. So Rhonda Allison's BioReform 28, that's going to give you more hydration. And Lemieux Hyaluronic Shea Mask, Joseph, it's super inexpensive. And I have many clients with super dry skin who use that on their body as a body cream. You could also start boosting with oil. So if you look at Sorella makes a wonderful body balm, which you would love. It's quite lovely. It smells like a very sophisticated orange. And after you put that on, you use a spray oil and you put the oil on top of it. And I think that, Joseph, you would really love that. It's a sensual experience, smells really good, and it's going to give your skin more of that moisture that it's needing. And then you're probably going to have to back off a little bit with the acids and your scrub and not use it quite so often. It just means you're probably overdoing it a little bit. But Joseph, you're also in San Francisco, and I know it's super windy there. It's very, very dry there. So try what I've recommended. Try Sorella the balm and get the oil as well and do that layering. Make you feel great. Another oil for the body that's just lovely is from Farmhouse Fresh. We have 2 or 3 different scents there, and you can also layer those over a body balm, and that's going to give you that extra moisture that you're needing. Zara says, do I need Mandelic to dry 10 minutes before moving into the moisturizer? Yes, Zara. Zara, when you are treating acne, you do have to let that Mandelic serum set on the skin and do its work. It doesn't necessarily have to be 10 minutes, but you want it to feel a little tight and dry. You want it to have time to go on, really do its work, and have that acid effect to clear up that acne before you put on your moisturizer. Now you can still put a hydrating serum underneath your Mandelic, but you're going to want to let it completely dry down until it feels a little tight and dry, and then put your moisturizer on top. And you say that your sunscreen is pilling. So sunscreen can pill if the products haven't dried down all the way on your face. It can be depending on whether you have dimethicone in one of the products and not in the other. That can cause some pilling. What I recommend, Zara, is to reach out to my estheticians on live chat. They can take a look at all the products you're using and help you to figure out if they're compatible or not in order to stop that pilling. It's going to depend on a number of different things. Okay. Here's our next part of this lesson before we miss it here. Let's talk about how do you boost a moisturizer. Maybe you're using one of these balms or a heavy moisturizer, even cram peptide, and still halfway through the day you are dry. How do we boost those moisturizers to get more help preventing that transepidermal water loss? And we do that by using an oil. And we use it very sparingly, but I'm going to show you how we do that. I'm going to start with one of my favorites, and this is going to be that one for those people who are not super dry. We're going to work up to the heavier oils, but this oil is fabulous for even the driest of skins, but it's a very light oil and it's not going to feel heavy, shiny, or greasy on the skin. It has a really nice herbal scent to it. This is Remedy Rehab. It has strawberry seed oil in it. It's got a lot of amazing, a little bit of jojoba in there, calendula, watermelon. I said strawberry and I meant watermelon. Sorry, you guys. Watermelon seed, sea buckthorn oil. Fantastic. It's got that in there. Just a really wonderful combination. And I love how really nice and light this feels. I use this a lot in the, oh, this was a brand new bottle too. I use this a lot in the summertime because it's that lighter oil, and I don't have to worry about getting greasy when I use this oil. We use this a lot during the peel, when we did the peel earlier in the fall, late summer. And it just has a really nice light feel for those people who do not want any kind of a greasy feel, but are needing to hold that water into the skin. Next one up here that I want to talk about is Luminous Balancing Serum. Luminous Balancing Serum is from Rhonda Allison. This one's brand new too. I get to open it up. What I love about this one, I've been using this, is a grapeseed oil serum. I love that it's acne-safe. Both of these are acne-safe. I love that this also has wild yam in it. My clients who get hormonal breakouts love this, or my pre-menopausal and menopausal skins love this. They often find that the next morning after using this that their skin looks firmer, or even the breakouts are less inflamed. That wild yam is just fantastic in this. And again, anytime you're using an oil, you're just going to use a drop or two. That was a bit much. You just don't need that much. You rub it into your fingers and then you pat it onto the skin. And it's just giving you, this one has a nice scent to it. It's a little bit of an herbal scent without being over the top. So smells a little bit like, I don't know, grass or just fresh stuff. Let's see what else is in there that I'm smelling. Wild yam. Oh, there's a little bit of peppermint oil. And cypress and sandalwood. So that's why I'm getting that little bit of a grassy, earthy scent, but it's very, very light. So patting that on. This is one that I will most often use at nighttime rather than daytime. But it can be used by the drier skin types during the day just fine. It's a little bit heavier, so it's going to give you a little bit more oil protection than the Remedy Rehab oil. Now we're stepping in the direction of going up that ladder of heavier oils. This one is from Michelle Corley. This is her Calm, Nourish, and Repair oil. This is for people who have gotten really dry and suffer with a lot of redness, or your barrier has been very compromised, so it's very red, irritated, sensitized. This oil is fabulous for that, and it has a little bit of actually cucumber in it, so it has a really lovely scent. I'm reading here as I look at for you guys. It's got sunflower seed oil, grapeseed oil, jojoba, wild watermelon seed. I love watermelon seed. Some vitamin E in there, Rosa Mosqueta, rice bran oil. So a lot of oils that are very soothing and calming and help to reduce that redness in the skin. And I could use it on my cheeks today. I had my workout today, and I always get extra pink in my cheeks after my workout. There we go. Smells really yummy. I'm so oiled up now, you guys. Okay, so let's jump into what I think of as probably one of our heavier oils. So this is not acne safe. Neither of these two actually are acne safe. The problem with Michelle Corley's has got that argan oil in it, and it's controversial. Some people with acne say it doesn't bother them at all. Other people say it does. So it's a little controversial. This one is definitely not acne safe. This is Rhonda Allison's Infuse 7. but it's lovely. And those of you with that truly dry, chapped skin are gonna love this Infuse 7. So let's look at what's in here. We've got avocado oil, macadamia nut oil, lavender oil, grapeseed oil, bergamot, ylang ylang, sweet orange. It's yummy. And it smells so good. This is one that smells great, feels great, and it's that on that heavier side of oils. It has a really slick, smooth, cushiony feel on it when you put it on the skin. You know, some oils you feel like when you rub them on the skin, they feel rough. I don't know what that is, why that happens, but this one feels just really silky and smooth. And smells amazing. So those of you with truly dry skin, this is that one that's going to be so amazing. I should just use some of this in my hair even. It's so wonderful and smells so good. I love it. I'm well oiled up. Okay, you guys. So an oil can be used alone. An oil, most often though, when I see people who use an essential oil or one of these oils and they don't use anything else, is their skin is dehydrated. They're dehydrated because they're not putting any humectants. They're not putting the water into the skin. Guess what? Our skin is made up of way more water than it is oil. So oils are okay, but we've got to give those cells, they're just like little grapes. We got to give those grapes that water so they don't turn into shrivelly, dry raisins. So all those skin cells need to be plumped up with that water, and then you pat your oil on top. I have so many times I've worked with a client who's just used oils on their skin, and they're wondering, why is my skin sagging? I'm only in my 30s. Why is my skin sagging? Why is it looking so thin? It's because your skin is so dehydrated. Remember, dehydrated means lacks water. Your skin is lacking water. Water is what's going to plump it up and give it that nice plump glow that you want. And then you can pat on those lovely oils that you like afterwards. And it's especially bad when I have clients who use an oil to cleanse and then they put more oil on their face. So we're giving the skin all this oil experience, but it's not able to breathe. It's not getting any water, so they need to use a cleanser that's water-based, that actually opens up the skin so the skin can receive water. So if you're going to use an oil cleanse, do that first to remove any kind of oily dirt, makeup, all of that on the surface of the skin, but then use a water-based cleanser to break that surface tension and allow water into the skin. Then put on your water-loving humectants and then pat on some oil. So you can use oil, but you've just got to know when to use it and in the right order of things. And an oil can be a great booster after you've put on your other great skincare things that are really going to feed the skin the nutrients it needs in a water-based formula, because that's what your skin is really going to be able to understand and put to work for you. So this little grouping of products that I've shown you is by no means everything on my website, and by no means the perfect solution for everyone. That's because everyone's skin is different, and we want to help you find what's just right for you. We've been working with many of these products for 20 years, and we know which ones work for different people and which ones layer beautifully together and which ones don't. So if you haven't done it yet, head over to Art of Skincare and do what we call a CHUP. It's a skincare checkup. Do a skincare checkup and let us just look over what you're using. Let us help make recommendations to you. Let us help you find that perfect hydration mixture that keeps your skin really plump and glowing all year round, and keeps your sunscreen, like Zara's saying, keeps your sunscreen from peeling and rolling back off of your skin. We want to help you find that perfect balance to keep your skin really happy, and so you're not wasting money using things that don't really work for you, that are wrong for you, that might be over drying or too oily for you. We want to really help you fine tune it. That's what we're most passionate about. We love helping our clients find the best skincare. We love in here. We'll come up with each other. Okay, you guys, I have somebody. She's 45. She's on a super strict budget, and she's getting sagging going on right here. What should we do for her? And we all throw out different ideas and come up with just the right routine to help her meet her skincare goals on her budget. So it's a super fun thing that we do. We call it the skin games around here. So if you haven't done it yet, reach out to us, do a skincare checkup, and sometimes you can even let us know. Maybe you already have a whole shelf full of products at home. You don't need anything new, but you're just wondering, am I using them in the right order? Am I putting them on right? Are these right for me? Is one of these hurting my skin? We will help you to take the products that you already have and put them in a good order so that they're working for your skin. If we see something really blaring like, oh no, please don't use that, we'll let you know. But a lot of times we can work with what you have, and then we can make little suggestions of, well, when you use that one up, try this other one. I think it'll give you a better result, but I want you to use up what you have at home already. So we really love being flexible and working with you guys. We also have people who come in and say, I have never taken care of my skin. I don't even know where to start. And so we can help you get started on a simple routine and then build from there as you're comfortable working with skincare, actually using products and seeing those great results. We also have you guys come in who are the skincare aficionados, who have everything, own everything, but still want a new, or what's the newest, or how can they take it to the next level, and we love you too. We just have so much fun just meeting each person where they're at and helping them take their skin to that next level. So that is the conclusion of our show for today. See if I have any more questions that I've missed. Oh, a couple. Let's see, Holly, can you put oils over makeup during the day? So that can be problematic. Putting oils on during the day after you put on makeup is going to cause some swimming around and not be so great. I did it today. You put a lot of oil on over my makeup. What would be better for you to do is to use some of the mists that we have, those hydrating mists that are going to put the moisture into the skin, and we'll dive into those in our next episode. Jennifer says, when would you use Rhonda Allison's Luminous Serum? After Mandelic, before moisturizer? No. Luminous Serum. So using an oil is going to be your last step. So you're going to put on your Mandelic Serum, you're going to let it set, you're going to put on your moisturizer, and then you're just going to take a littlest drop or two of that Luminous and warm it in your fingers and then pat it on the skin. That would be the order that it would go. And then get your sunscreen on and your makeup. Asia says, can a hydrating toner like Neogenesis Moisture Mist be layered on top of an active corrective toner? Yes. Yes, you can do that. I'm going to have an episode coming up soon where we actually talk about corrective serums and corrective toners. When to use both, when to use one or the other. Oftentimes people don't need to use a corrective toner and a corrective serum, so we'll talk about what's the difference and when to use them, and it's going to clear up a lot of things for you. But definitely you could use a corrective toner. So when I say corrective, and what she's meaning is a toner that has a little bit of acid in it, probably a vitamin C or a mandelic toner or even a lactic or glycolic toner. Those have some correction in the goal of why you're using them, and they're going to be a little bit drying, or they're going to be a little bit exfoliating. They're going to remove some skin cells, brighten the skin. After you let that toner dry, Asia, you can then mist with the Neogenesis Moisturizing Mist. My husband, that's his moisturizer. As we go into winter, he's going to start probably applying barrier cream on top of that, the Barrier Renewal from Neogenesis. But he puts that mist into his hands and then pats it on all over, and then through the winter he'll be putting the Barrier Renewal cream on top of it. So that moisturizing mist can be used as a moisturizer for some skin types. It can be used as a moisture booster for others, and it's something that you could boost throughout the day. We'll be talking more about that. What kind of mists can you use to increase that moisture? And some people with that little oilier skin can use those mists as their moisturizer, and then just put a little protective layer of a sunscreen, maybe a little moisturizing sunscreen, Sorellis Quench and Protect, maybe that could go on top of it, and that would be enough hydration for you. It would never be enough hydration for those who are oil dry, those who have dry skin, because they are a dry skin type. That would not be enough moisture for them, because they're going to need more protection from transepidermal water loss, so they're going to need a more moisturizing cream with some oils or butters in there. So I hope this has been very educational for you guys. I hope now you have a good understanding of the difference between that dry skin, which is lacking oil, and a dehydrated skin, which can be any skin type but lacking water and moisture in the skin. Okay, you guys, that's it. That's it for today's show. It was so much fun. Wonderful being here with you. Thank you for joining me. I love you all. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you all again really soon.